Alright, so the hotly anticipated Dems Clarks collab dropped. Is it a hit or is it a miss?
The most devastating first pitch ever seen!
Let's go through what dropped. There's an aggressive skate with a matching Wallabee. I believe that is the Them signature blue. I've heard that phrase banded around. The frames are trying to match the sole of the shoe. You've got the Clarks signature tags on there. The liner is branded with Clarks, as are the wheels. Both the shoes have the dots on them. The boot also has like the stitching details to match the 909 skate. Then there's also the 80s recreational skate with the tags. And then there's the mule in grey, which kind of matches the original 909s. Some people were absolutely buzzing about it. Big league moves. And then there's some people not so much. This collab was a huge letdown.
Disappointed!
We'll go over some more of the reactions in a bit because there's some pretty good ones in there. But as a starter for 10, we'll reverse back to last year, like to go through the build up and see how this all started. 23rd of June 2021, then became an official retailer for Clarks Originals. And for people who understood the cultural significance of Clarks, this was pretty exciting, man. This was big. A whopper! I think one or two people had a narrow view about how Clarks were perceived outside of their kind of like friendship group and their little like ecosystem. Their experience was that they were a naff school shoe that kids tried to avoid, potentially not realising there's a difference between Clarks and Clarks Originals, and also like things have changed in the last like 20 to 30 years, right? Maybe also missing their iconic status in music, streetwear, English and Jamaican culture.
The word Clarks literally means to me culture.
Maybe even been like a little bit ignorant to the collabs they've done with international footballers, streetwear giants, European boutiques, hip hop groups. I mean, maybe they just don't even care.
It's not really, it's rubbish. Everybody knows that.
Which is totally reasonable. Maybe they're just not into fashion. They're not really into the collabs that Clarks have done. It's not their world. Which really amuses me though, because like, if they like genuinely think that like Clarks is that same brand that they used to wear 30 years ago that they were trying to avoid, and now they're doing a collab with them, you'd be like, what on earth is going on? How has this even happened? That'd be dead funny. Like, I'd guess it'd be comparable to maybe them doing a collab with High Tech for me. Like, I'd be like, hang about, High Tech? Why are you working with High Tech? Or like Sondico or something, you'd be like, this is a bit of a weird one. Like, are they cool or not? Like, but I mean, I'd still probably find it pretty amusing if they did do one with Sondico or High Tech, or like even Tamagotchi. Like, even if you don't put any value in Clarks and Clarks Originals, and like you're not really interested in their history and everything they've done before and stuff like that, John was interested in it, and it's a really good opportunity to open like another revenue stream there, and also like develop a relationship like that's authentic and kind of aligns with Rollerblading's roots. It definitely excited a few people, and even at this early stage, people were already suggesting like collaboration shoes and skates. Them Clarks Wallabees, fingers crossed emoji. Skates? When we get in those Clarks Original custom Nems, I need me some Clarks with 4 dots. This person was predicting the future. Then in May this year, we got a clear indication there was going to be a collaboration coming when John teased up the Them tag, similar to the iconic ones found on the Clarks. Excitement levels and anticipation rose a little bit for those who actually like Clarks, especially when you consider like the collabs they've done before. They've worked with Moncler, Aime Leon Dore, Neighborhood, Stussy, Beams, Supreme, Bait, Wu-tang.
It's your boy Tony Starks, the Wallabee Kingpin.
And it was cool to think that them were going to be joining that list. Following a few months after that, seen more teasers, people were getting more and more excited. There was definitely a shoe on the way. There was enough there at one point for you to be able to work out like roughly what silhouette they were going to be using.
We can work it out.
Julio was then in Paris with Clarks, and then there was footage of the ad being filmed. Rumour has it, and this is a rumour, and I'm not going to go into details or anything like that because I don't actually know for sure. But I'm hearing that both parties involved in this have put down a hefty budget for the ad. So I'm really excited to see this, and it shows that they're both like equal in their aim to be successful with this. Those of you with hawk eyes and are like, you know, a bit of a sense of investigation about you, would have spotted that the shoes actually appeared in a post when them skates were in London.
That's split right there.
At this point, definitely certain there's a shoe on the way, but people were still rumoring, oh yeah, I think there's going to be a skate as well. We seemed to get confirmation on the 20th of September when this was posted. Just over a week from that, the whole thing was revealed.
Surprise, mother.
The post has had almost 7,000 likes on them's profile.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I believe it's one of their most liked posts, and like a fairly good indication that fans of them are pretty pleased with the thing.
Thank you, John.
It's got almost 13,500 likes on Clark's Originals, getting more likes than the majority of their posts, including their one with Moncler.
Shut the front door.
So positive reception from outside of Orange Juice, which must be one of the main points of the collaboration, really, to like get them skates in front of new eyes and a new market, like tap into that a little bit. There was a metric ton of positive comments. Whoa, love heart, good job. All I have on my feet are thems and Clarks. 4 flame emojis. Incredible. Clapping hands. This is an awesome collab. Well done, guys. The level just keeps going up. Clap emoji and the flame emoji.
Nothing can stop me.
All the way up. Could you have ever imagined this 4 years ago? Incredible work at John Julio. The skates and shoes look perfect. 4 flame emojis. Really appreciate all the hard work this brand does to get blading out to the largest audience possible. Big league moves. Man was about to get a regular job. Now he's making shoes with Clarks. The them story just keeps on giving. That's a good one. Oh wow. 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 Definitely a new milestone in the rollerblading history. But it wasn't just an echo chamber of positivity.
Oh god, oh man. Oh god.
People didn't like it for all number of reasons, man, and it's the internet, so like, they let you know about it.
Excuse me, John.
People went in. One of the first targets was the bright blue they'd chosen, and you got all the blue jokes.
Afraid I just blew myself.
We've just worked out Blue's Clues. Tell them I'm the Blue Planet. Electric blue.
Someone even edited the tag to say Eiffel 65 on it. They should definitely do custom ones where you can get your name on it and stuff like that. I've already got plenty of Clarks and plenty of those things. I might just stick them on my laces, man. Wow, handy hint, like, for those on a budget. This is a big miss. Not original for a 909, but I mean, it sort of is. They haven't done a solid blue before. They've done a swirly blue, and they've done a blue 908, but they're different models. I mean, either way. And not a great colour for a shoe. I hope that blue would die with the 908. I mean, yeah, if you don't like blue, this is definitely not the skate for you. Fair enough, like, subjective. You've got to be fairly keen on blue for this one. Didn't you all drop an identical boot a while back? Had intuitions in it from what I remember. Sassy. Yeah, similar colours, aren't they? I believe that's the signature them skate blue. Same brand, similar blue, different model though. But yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do, mate. They're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. They're trying to trick you, releasing the same skates. There's definitely something about this blue that's really set people off and pushed them over the edge, man.
Push me to the edge. All my friends are.
Is this the same treatment for all blue skates, or is it just because this one is like particularly like bright and sharp? Kind of like blue cheese, isn't it? It is the blue cheese blue of colours. Oof. Some people were just straight up disappointed with the whole thing. This collab was a huge letdown. Pass. Cry laughing emoji. Short and sweet. Just pass, mate. Nah, not for me. Thoroughly disappointed. Luckily I didn't have high hopes for this collaboration. That's one way to live your life. Low expectations, low hopes, and then you'll never really be disappointed. This is how this guy's living, and it's locked in this time. He's riding on aces, man. Disappointed in all parts of the reveal, to be honest. The hater in me says it's whack. The lover in me says it's good exposure for blading as a whole. The hater and lover inside you. This is romantic, man. The thing is that it is good exposure, kind of, and I think most people agree with that as well. That like, even though they're not into it and they might think that it's whack, they still think that they still see that, yeah, that it is good exposure. It's putting our name in front of people that wouldn't maybe normally see it. Wouldn't be caught dead in either. With the that emoji and the cry laughing emoji. Fair enough, mate. We'll see though, eh? We'll see. Both are pretty awful. The skates are even worse. Pretty underwhelming. Low effort. Good for them, but both shoes are woefully ugly. I really like the word woeful, so yeah, I'm into that. Woefully ugly. Pint of woeful. Delicious. Both look like someone put an Ugg boot in a vacuum chamber to me. Not my style. That's them laughing as well as me laughing. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Yeah, I think I would laugh if somebody did actually put an Ugg in a vacuum cleaner. I like this silhouette of a Wallabee, and I think the mule's fine. But yeah, I like that comment as well. Upset face, the about to be sick face, the sick face. Message and emojis, message in a bottle. Sting. Imagine that's what you called the song instead. I hope that someone gets my message in emojis. Some people felt like it was lazy. The shoes aren't my thing, but I love the them boot detail stitching. Very nice touch. I love the blue colour, but them boot is pretty weak for a collab. Everyone was wanting and expecting a skin boot. Imagine a light coloured shell, skin with that blue suede. OMFG. And the like little squirty water emoji. I don't think it matters what colour the shell was really, if you've got skin over it. But anyway, we get a small patch that most people will remove. I mean, not if they remove it, nobody will know it's a collab, so they'll probably leave those things on. I mean, I definitely don't remove them from the shoes. Do people do that? Remove it? I mean, maybe they will, maybe they won't. Not even any suede on the liner. Isn't that the same colour frame as the Ridders? Lazy. I'm lazy. Now the leg is in there. Imagine calling John Julio lazy. K-Luz has corrected him on the frame colour because it is slightly different, and it's to match the bottom of the shoes, isn't it? I don't think Julio is lazy, but on the surface of it, I can understand why people think that this collaboration is lazy, because it's like it's a 909 boot in a different colour with the like a cream frame on there, and then it's just the tags. You've got the branding on the liner, you've got the branding on the wheels, but apart from that, it just seems like it's like a normal skate. I'm going to assume that like there's a lot more that's gone into this, and we're only seeing the end product. And I have heard rumours about different things they were trying out that didn't quite work out. But yeah, I'm going to assume that like, you know, a lot more thought was put into this. It wasn't just literally, right, let's get those tags on there, bit of Clark's there, bit of Clark's there, yeah, different colours, match the shoe. Jobs are good in life. We're paying for the collaboration. We're paying for the Clark's name. Clark's are well renowned. I mean, again, if you value that stuff, if you don't value Clark's at all, this whole thing's an absolute stinker for you because you don't care about Clark's. But there is a world and there is a group of people that do care about it. So like, even just to begin with, when they first announced it, like, or you first got the teaser they were doing something and they were going to be in the shop, I thought that was cool. I thought the cosign was like good, and other people haven't done it. It's like, it's great that like it will raise awareness, and it is a really cool cosign. You're not just paying for like that single product thing that you get, you're also paying for like all their years of experience which they pour into their decisions. People definitely made a lot of jokes about the tags though, and like it being like lazy, so to speak. There was this one, which is just a picture of the tags and just going, this is the collaboration basically. We put these tags on there so you know it's a collab. The lace tag is a game changer for blading. My knees can no doubt handle a gap to flat at Jaws. Thanks, Clarks. I guess it leans into like people expecting more, but were people actually expecting them to like design something completely new, like revolutionary, like hardware? Is that what they're expecting? I don't see that really happening much in collabs. Maybe like more so like big company sports collabs, but like say if them had been working on some sort of innovative technology for rollerblading, they would surely, I think, save it for their own like release. This bit made me chuckle. You know, the worst part is they teased it for months like it was going to be more than a tag and a stamp. I knew that was going to be it. And this guy's got insider info. I think the Clark shoes are an actual collaboration. Yeah, I can kind of see it with it. And that the coolest thing about this collaboration, and the thing I was most looking forward to actually, was the shoes, because that is like fully outside of our realm. Like there isn't really anybody in rollerblading making shoes, so that's like a really cool additional feature, being able to like buy shoes and know that some of that money is going towards rollerblading. I definitely think like more companies should get into it. I've suggested this before. There's definitely other companies that are set up for that kind of thing. I'm really surprised they're not doing it. I think that's the coolest part, like getting something from their world and bringing it into ours. And like the coolest part is the cosign, all their history and like everything that they stand for. I mean, if you value that thing, because obviously some people still think that the dowdy shoes that like people used to avoid at school. Oh, kids shoe sponsor. Half my childhood was spent trying to avoid wearing my squeaky, ugly school shoes. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly what I was talking about before. This person definitely has a completely different perception of Clarks. Again, like I said before, like maybe confusing Clarks originals, and ignoring everything they've done like since this person was at school. But again, maybe they just don't care, like, and if you don't, like, this collaboration is really gonna mean nothing to you. This is definitely the one that tickled me the most. Caught the leaked photo of the Seba Magic the Gathering collaboration. They got like 6 to 8 months of teasers, etc. to post before they come out though, so keep it on the DL. And they got the Magic the Gathering card there, like deck master card there, hooked on like the them skates in Clark's tab. People also joked about like selling just the tags, which is mildly amusing. Surely nobody's gonna go for that. Come on, man. Like, I really hope that doesn't happen. If it does, yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? But yeah, why don't people just stick their own Clarks ones they've already got on there if they really want to? That's kind of funny. Back to that comment, and specifically about it being skinned. A fair few people were like expecting that. They were thinking like, you know, a collaboration with Clarks, it makes sense that they make these suede boots, that the skate should also have like a suede skin in it. I actually think this was the expectation.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Would have been incredible if it looked exactly like a Wallabee with like the mock toe and everything. Oh man, that would have been sick. But realistically, that is totally novel, and I mean, it probably would have looked silly. They would have had to have done it like, I guess like an Aeon, like a Sam Crofts Aeon, like the red Aeons. Not like those USD carbons. Were they even suede or were they leather? The ones that look like Timberland boots. Oh my goodness. As long as it didn't look like that, it would have been really interesting to get some suede on there. But if the price point in their minds was like 400 quid, $400, our conversion rate is actually stinker at the moment. Anyway, like if they then would have added the skin on top, that would have made it even more expensive. I mean, there's already plenty of people complaining about all the prices within rollerblades, and like, why is this so expensive? Why is that so expensive? Like ignoring all the like price hikes on materials. But then at the same time, there probably is like a few companies who are like, yeah, I'm going to take advantage of that. I don't think them skates are one of them. Also, they'd already tried like a skin skate, a U1, and I don't think that's been their most popular skate. So maybe they just like didn't really want to go down that path. Like at the moment, a few things to test out first. Like see how this collaboration goes, because again, I've seen a few rumours that's going to be the next step, and this one was just testing the water. Thing with a suede skin though, you're actually going to be putting suede protector on it as well. Like I don't even go out in the Wallabees if it's like a little bit overcast. No way, mate. It's got to be a bright sunny day, like zero chance, zero probability of rain like for the next few days after. I don't want no clouds coming over all of a sudden, like blowing easterly and like coming over and getting all over my shoes and stuff like that. When you skate suede skates, they look pretty rotten after a while. I mean, most skates look bashed up, but like at least you can like, try and clean a little bit of like the plastic. But suede, it's an absolute nightmare, man. I'm kind of glad they're not suede. Price was another thing that people seem to have a gripe with. They made comparisons to other skates at that same price point, specifically from them. And those ones came with the Intuition liner, and that's how people were like saying, oh, that's why it's that much more money, because it's got this Intuition liner in it. There was an obvious difference there, and like an obvious reason for the price to be hiked up. In this situation, yeah, you are just paying, well, on the surface of it, you are paying a premium for the collaboration, for the fact that Clarks have co-signed it and it's got their their logo on there and a few spots and things like that. It's not too unexpected. Like, it's not completely wild, because that happens like all the time. It's not to say that people don't complain about it all the time as well. Wasn't there like Yeezy t-shirts like printed on Gildan or something? Like really like cheap like stock blank t-shirts, but it was charging phenomenal prices, and it was just like a really simple design on the thing. Maybe that's not the best example, but you get what I mean. So is it a hit or is it a fat miss? I reckon if you're judging it off like likes and stuff like that, and the comments on the Instagram pages of both the brands, it seems like a pretty big hit. Like, we got a winner. both of them getting like more likes than the majority of their posts. For them skates, like more, I'm pretty sure it's the most liked post they've ever had. There's definitely a lot of enthusiasm, lots of people talking about it. It's been picked up by Sneaker Freaker, Collator, Trend Hunter, and High Snobiety. It's getting exposure in new markets, which is the point of a collab and which the whole industry benefits from. There's definitely some people not on their pages in other like forums and that showing their feelings of disgust for it and dislike, so definitely a miss with those guys. But I think like if you're judging it just on that, like that's the only metrics I've really got to go off of. It's a hit really, isn't it? I mean, you'll see from the sales and stuff like that what actually, if it is actually or not. And like, I mean, hopefully it is, because like it'd be really good to like do more things with Clarks, get some more shoes going, like more revenue streams for them, like actually having like footwear in rollerblading is really sick. And then also like all these people were disappointed that it isn't skinned or it doesn't have like a Clarks Intuition liner in there, or just a liner with suede on it and stuff like that. Like maybe that will happen. Me personally, what I think generally it has been a hit, but I think like that was sealed as soon as you knew there was like a collaboration coming. That was like a really big thing for me personally. Like still pretty mad that like this collaboration has even happened. I was a fan of Clarks before, like I was aware of the collaborations they've done. I was aware of like its status within like culture, music and all those kind of things. That's what obviously heightened it for me. And I mean, again, like I said like at the beginning, like if you have no value in that, yeah, this must have seemed like such a mad collab. The cosign is massive. I think it gets us in front of a different audience, which a few people like have mentioned. Even if they said they didn't like the skates, they were like, oh yeah, but it's good, you know, a bit more exposure like to a bigger mass market and stuff like that. So that's really, really cool. I do think there could have been more done with the skate. I just like a little bit more of a crossover. The shoes I think are great. Like say if you're not into that colour, I think that little subtle detailing on there, that is really cool, and that is on like a well-known, iconic, classic shoe. I think that's maybe being slightly undervalued by some people. The moccasin, the mule, sorry, might be like hard for a few people to wear, but that's actually I think that's definitely my favourite bit of them all. That's the one I'll be swinging for first, I reckon. But yeah, the skate, yeah, maybe it could have had some like more kind of crossover with Clarks on there. I don't know, like a few more logos. Yeah, I don't think it's utterly disappointing the way it is, and I would 100% skate that, and I'd be keeping those tags on it. I don't think I'd be buying just the tags off somebody off Blade Trade or anything like that. But also, don't be surprised if I do stick some of my Clarks tags on my existing them skates that I've got already, because I kind of think that's a little bit funny. I think regardless of people not liking it, them skates and Hulita will have a little bit of a sense of humour about like, you know, people talking about the tags and stuff like that. And I think they probably will take the feedback on board. I reckon you might even find out that they did try and do stuff with the skins and it was an idea that they had and it's just not come off this time. I mean, there's definitely rumours within these like comments that like that is what's happening next. But biggest thing is, I reckon the exposure outside is a really cool cosign, and hopefully if this gets supported, like it goes on to do other things and like pleases more people and stuff like that. So, what are your thoughts? Is it a hit or is it a miss? Shout out to my Patreons and all my submarine drivers out there. Cheers for your support. Like, it really does help to keep me going and doing these things. Here's another video you can watch. Hope you enjoyed this one. I will catch you again soon, I reckon. Spotty Dog.